Presenting to you the senior high school graduates of Science and Technology, Engineering and Mathematics.
Angayan Kevin Paul A. Bailan Alan Ray P. Gadjaza Reden John B. Pedro Jeric L. Rielin Arvin G. Selec Al Joseph P. Aginas Eliza B. Ambat Febikim D. Andres Farahim A. Ayala Jennifer A. Ayala Jeneline A. Bailan Zarla Mawi T. Balitang Jamaica A. Bugarin Ludian R. Bulayo Marilyn C. Camito Gillian B. Tadpaas Jasmine C. Dubakyon Mylen B. Fernandez Rizalin S. Gadigat Kyra A. Galieto Diana Marie G. Galutan Over Jones C. Gamata Kristen F. Carlejo Jaresh N. Habon Cecil S. Kilbas Charwin D. Lavis Hazel M. Lucas Denel B. Mendoza Robilin G. Natis Melixa F. O'Helen Fralian B. Pasqua Evangeline C. Patty Eileen Jam H. Te Mariah Teresa N. Kuyawan Rosalie G. Ramirez Sherlyn L. Reyes Generose D. Reyes Rizal Ann A. Reyes Stephanie Gale F. Lubang Sunshine C. Saldaen Karen B. Santong Rochelle B. Sipolcre Joyce S. Taboy Feby Bless O. Pacadena Sheena May Laika P. Tikan Hannah Lois A. Tungawan Cheryl N. Tungawan Michelle C. Ubuan Rayan C. Valdez Hazel N. Valdez Ian Joey A.
Presenting to you the senior high school graduates, technical, vocational, and livelihood major in agriculture.
Tibit Jericho D. Kopyo Muhammad W. Habon Limar R. Tugaong Art Wesley D. Likudan Janjan. Salibad Gian Lloyd B. Sanchez Jonelwin L. Tangalin John A. Abel Beverly L. Bugtong Jacqueline A. Gumintong Shaira L. Lundob Cherian. Rivera Jessamay A.
Presenting to you the senior high school graduates, Technical, Vocational, and Livelihood, major in Home Economics.
Ananoy John Russell A. Angangan Christopher Lance C. Asejo Roy Austin L. Kapakap Brexton B. Kapakap Jemar A. Carino Harold V. Corpuan Brand H. Crisostomo Aga A. Del Rosario Jonathan T. Gaceta Resti G. Gaburno Floro A. Pangospian Jervy C. Polonio Jumel Dave P. Petines Reniel V. Valdez Erlois B. Agustin Audrey G. Alican Cindy W. Angangan Sheila May S. Apalia Kreslef N. Apalia Jamaica May S. Atiwa Amelen B. Balatong Algin B. Bagiwan Rizame T. Gonzales Ian L. Labarinto Jovelyn A. Lacaden Reyame A. Octaviano Aniruth R. Ramirez Abigail L. Ramirez Angeline C. Tawanga Charmaine B.
Presenting to you the senior high school graduates, Technical, Vocational, and Livelihood, major in Information and Communication Technology.
Dalan Lian Jeline D. Bagangan Giselle M. Bangsaliw Jeka P. Belio Stephanie D. Dasho Joanne P. Garcilian Jula D. Gorio Melveros P. with honors with an average of 92%. Macario Sharon G. Rialine Hazel Joy A. Valles Kaina Alicia G. Vasquez Charel V. Velasco May Angelique Kate O. Begnaen Voltaire G. Calibuso Drazen A. Calibuso Jeric A. Casaldo Peddy Nylron N. Tasao Jemdel Brand E. Del Rosario Diosdado Jr. A. Doligas Kian S. Gaachan Jeremy S. Gakutan Joshua D. Pines Nicanor M. Gurong Kyle L. Manglapos Armand J. Saflor Ivan Jules D.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you 109 senior high school candidates for graduation, school year 2019-2020. After thorough deliberation by the members of the Academic Council, they had satisfactorily complied with all the requirements prescribed by the Department of Education. Hence, they are ready for your conferment, sir.
By the power and authority vested upon me by the Board of Trustees of the Ilocos Sur Polytechnic State College, These 43 males and 76 females of the ISPSC Cervantes campus who have satisfactorily completed the secondary course prescribed by the Department of Education. I, Dr. Rogelio T. Galera Jr., in my capacity as OIC President of ISPSC, do hereby declare you graduates of Senior High School Batch 2020. Congratulations!
I am honored to present to you the honor students of STEM 11, school year 2019-2020. A. Ramirez, 94%. James Carl D. Apawan and Crystal May J. Calao, 92%. Rachel V. Petines and Shania May Fernandez, 91%. Annie Joyce D. Tikwala, 90%.
Here are the honor students of grade 12 STEM. Ambat P. Bikim with an average of 92.06. Ubuan Rayan with an average of 91.72. Bailen Zarla Maui, 91.50. Kilbas Sharwin, 91.13. Labis Hazel, 91.13. Angayon Kevin Paul, 90.93. Nasis Melipsa, 90.14. Galutan Aubrey Jones, 90. Koyawan Rosalie, 90. Ramirez Sherdine, 90. And Valdez Hazel, 90. Here are the honors of TVL 12. Melby Rose Gorio with an average of 91%. And Leanne Gonzalez with an average of 90%.
Congratulations and cheers to the graduates and parents of Batch 2020. Dear students, planning for your graduation exercises during this extraordinary time is probably one of the heartbreaking journeys that we, your administrators, had to go through. We had a feeling of melancholy as we felt too the frustration of you not being able to celebrate as usual this milestone. But even if our lives were upended by this global pandemic, our aspiration for you to experience this very important occasion is bigger than COVID-19, and our great desire will never be diminished nor hindered by coronavirus. Despite the pandemic, we do not want this academic year to pass us by without recognizing your efforts for a job well done. You deserve to be recognized. You deserve to be lauded. Bill Kian, an American cartoonist, noted for his long-running newspaper comic series entitled The Family Circus, is attributed for this insightful saying, which was even more popularized by the movie Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. Yesterday is already a part of history. We cannot turn back time. But how should we look at the past? The answer is gratitude in action. To express gratitude in words is very easy, but to express gratitude in action is a challenge, and as a matter of fact, it is an invitation to humility. Gratitude in action is an invitation to humility when, after all that you have been through, the sleepless nights of studying, the pains and tears which you and your parents have to undergo through to make both ends meet for you to accomplish this feat, the sacrifices which you needed to do, and moments when you almost had given up, lead you to the realization that everything is grace. That everything which happened is God's mercy. How can painful moments be God's mercy? Those were the times, according to the poem, Footprints in the Sand. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you. You'd walk with me all the way, but I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. He whispered, "My precious child, I love you and I will never leave you. Never, ever, during your trials and testings, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you." Gratitude in action is realizing that everything is God's grace and mercy. Gratitude in action is also, in our Filipino language, pagtanaw ng utang na loob. To express gratitude in action is to remember the people and circumstances who and which contributed to where we are and who we are now. Remembering our past is not only an act of recalling, but compels us to act to return back the goodness and unconditional love to the people who have helped us along our way. As you close the chapter of your high school journey and set yourself to face another episode in your lives as college students, we remind you that education, coupled with determination, are still the keys to a brighter future. There are no shortcuts to success. As the saying goes, nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa. We encourage you to dream big. Imagine the kind of life and future you wish to have. Vividly picture in your mind the realization of your ambitions for yourself, your parents, and your families. Dream big. But as you dream, work for your dreams to come true. Strive to make your ambitions a reality. Use your dreams as your motivation to keep moving forward. Let your dreams fuel your passion and commitment to have a grip of the success you desire through hard work, industry, willpower, and faith. Dreaming alone cannot make us successful, but working for the dream to be a reality works. Allow the experiences of the past and of yesterdays to inspire you at present as you prepare for tomorrow. Gratitude in action makes us dream and work for our dreams to come true, not only for ourselves, but most especially for the ones we love dearly. Dear graduates, gratitude in action also compels us to make our parents proud of us. But dear parents, as we pray for the successes of our children, let us not leave them thinking that wealth, fame, accolades, and social status are the only measures of success. The real measure of success is when we were able to fill our children's hearts with love and care for others. The real success of parents is when their children grew up to be persons rather than just mere people. That is, if they were able to live the values we taught them to possess. How many of our youth today still do the mano po gesture as sign of respect for the elderly? How many of our students and graduates are still courteous enough to greet their superiors when they meet them? How many men still offer their seats to women in a crowded bus? These are simple questions, but with difficult justifications for answers. These lead us to the need to look at how we are living at the present times. Our current situation tells us to revisit our core values as persons. Our core values such as honesty, respect, kindness, integrity, fear of the Lord, love of country, among others, are being blurred by a culture of materialism, where material possessions and physical comfort are more important than those which are for eternal. The words of Christ in Mark chapter 8 verse 36 reminds us, "For what shall it profit for a man if he gains the whole world and lose his own soul?" In your quest for success and honor, dear graduates, always remember that there are things which money and success can never buy. Do not allow the temptations of this world to have you sacrifice your future with your actions of today. Your dignity as persons is more valuable than wealth and prestige. Think wisely, act wisely. Second, we can redefine the present by reviving the sense of altruism. What is altruism? For some, it is their first time to hear this word. I would not be surprised if that is so, because aside from altruism is not often heard today, it is also not practiced much anymore. Altruism means having selfless concern for the welfare of others. It is the principle and moral practice of concern for happiness of other human beings, resulting in a quality of life, both material and spiritual. One of the reasons why we do not speak of this word anymore is that there is an unconscious growth of the culture of indifference. To be indifferent is to lack interest, sympathy, or concern for others. To be indifferent is to be a person who's always walang pakialam. Third, to redefine the present, we ought to remember that we live today not for the sole purpose of today. We must remember that there is life after this life. What you will be in the future all depends on what you will do today. Allow me to expound the third point using Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem entitled A Sum of Life. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and the things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. No enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end of way. But to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant, let the dead past bury its dead. Act, act in the living, present, heart within, and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints in the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor to wait. How do you want to be remembered later in life, dear graduates? Eleanor Poe, an American artist, tells us, what we are is God's gift to us. What we become is our gift to God. Use today as your investment for what you will reap tomorrow. Use today to make tomorrow better and brighter. Use today to show God that you have valued the gift of life He gave you by serving others. To redefine the present is to revisit our core values. To re-envision today is to revive the sense of altruism. To redefine the present is to remember that there is life after this life. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. As we honor you today, we also honor your parents and family members who have unceasingly contributed to your success. It is said that the happiness of children is the greater happiness of their parents. The painful setbacks and experiences of children are the greatest pains in the hearts of parents. The success of children is the greatest success of parents. In reality, from the moment we were born in this world until their last breath, the prayers and efforts of our parents are no longer for them alone, but for us, their children. As you receive accolades and words of congratulations, do not forget the people who never left you in spite and despite the many challenges you have to go through for you to reach this moment in your lives. To the parents, guardians, family members, and friends of our graduates, your sacrifices have paid off. In the same manner, your teachers and school administrators also deserve a share in your success. As your second parents in this institution, they too have exerted their means to equip you with these life skills you need for you to reach your dreams and aspirations. Now, they too are in an unexplainable joy of welcoming you to the world of higher education. Our current situation brought about by the pandemic is an invitation for all of us, especially for you as novice future specialists, to look for ways to provide humanity with assistance in and possibilities of transforming the life according to the demands of the new normal of our evolving ecosphere. Use your potentials, creativity, and innovativeness to make today and the future safer, livable, and more conducive for the generations who will come after us despite uncertainties. Congratulations and all the best, Batch of 2020.